friend, very distinguished executive, Madurai, my long-term family friend, multi-generational friend, Hari Tyagarajan, Purushothaman of Cognizant, CEO of ICT, Hari Balachandran, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, educators, industry representatives, those who are scheduled to speak later today. Thank you very much for inviting me, for arranging this event, and after so many years for bringing me to Madurai. I'm particularly happy to be here, where I see many of my college friends, Lady Do, Fatima, other colleges here. This is a critical component of our integrated education and employment model that we envision in the state of Tamil Nadu. As many have mentioned, this is already stemming from the vision of Kalaignar Talaivar, who was the Chief Minister, as well as the execution of a spectacularly proficient and thoughtful board with people like Madurai, that we have expanded to a scale nationally in about 14 years to have 9 offices outside Tamil Nadu. I will also add, as my friend Hari did, certainly my speech is not prepared by ChatGPT, because in most instances, I only decide what to speak after I sit on the stage. So, in the vein of Peranigan Anna, the founder of our party, the legendary intellect, when he was asked once, says, how do you speak about so many things? He said, when I sit with people, things occur to me, and I feel like I have to convey them to the people. So in that sense, generally, I contemplate what I have to say after I sit here, and a few things occur to me today. One, in the global economy that we are a member of, the only dimension that really distinguishes your competitiveness is average human productivity. That's it. Everything else is fluid. Capital will go where the opportunities are. Trade is relatively free. The world is connected in ways that has never been before. So if you really want to improve your quality of life, accelerate your growth beyond what you have seen so far, then either you must discover some gold or oil or coal or something in the ground, or you must increase the productivity of your youth as they come out of university, because it's easier to do there. It's much harder to increase the productivity of 40 or 50-year-olds in a step change. In the case of Tamil Nadu, our Chief Minister has given us a very clear vision. We have to accelerate from the 300 plus billion that we are to a trillion in about 7-8 years. That requires about 10.5-11% real growth adjusted for inflation. We have done that before, between 2006 and 11, but now we'll have to sustain it for a longer period of time. For that vision to be a reality, this productivity growth needs to be exponential. It cannot even be linear. We need to find a way to capitalize on the changes in the global economy and in global trade patterns. We need to capitalize on changes in global technology, or the rapid changes and developments in technology. And most of all, we need to capitalize on the last 20-30 decades of transformation of the Tamil Nadu education system. When I graduated from college, I think there was one engineering college in a 100-kilometer radius of London. It was Tyagarajan College. Now there are probably 50 in 30 years. We have produced at least the raw talent to that level. It is unprecedented, I think, anywhere in the world to see a state go from producing about 4,000 engineers a year, 1987, the year I graduated from REC Trichy, to about 150,000 engineers a year now, in less than 35 years. That's one of the reasons, I think, sir, that you said the employment has shifted towards academics in terms of percentages that go to corporate versus other places. We need that many more people to teach, to run labs, to facilitate learning. But I must say that we are not probably satisfied with how much we're doing. We are doing more than we used to do 2 years ago. Like has spoken about non-development and other schemes. ICT is doing a good job. But at the point where we are now, we need to find a way to drive a step change in the integration of academia and the demands of industry, even as the demands of industry are highly fluid and changing every year. So even when it's static, as I've said in many places, we have a broken market, an information inefficient market where we have too many youth without jobs and too many companies without the adequate skilled youth. But especially when the needs are changing all the time, then what we're doing right now, in my view, is not enough. We need to find some step change functions. Yesterday at the CII event, some suggestions were made. How can we push down the state of the current industrial demands and what is hot and what is being used into the academic institutions more rigorously or into the student mindset, and therefore in some other way pull people towards the right careers, towards the right skills, towards the right technologies. Certainly, I think the great luxury of having the Chief Minister's vision and support, and somebody like me who's had the luxury of a 30-year expatriate career across many fields, sitting in the seat, is now that we can try to drive that kind of change. Of course, it helps a lot that we have this wonderful institution of ICT Academy. I've said it before, I'll say it again. As great as it is, we would like to better integrate the efforts of the government with the efforts of ICT Academy. It is not a purely for-profit or purely for the sake of training. We expect to get greater results and impetus to our dream of the 1 trillion economy, the vision of the Chief Minister. And in that sense, I would say immediately that we will do this every year in Madurai. And we will actually set up an ICT Academy office in Madurai so that there is a direct interaction. And we can have 9 offices outside in Tamil Nadu. We can certainly afford to have one office in Madurai, which will greatly facilitate not just for Madurai but for the region around us. So with that, let me, I think we're running a bit late. I also have to be at a different event at 11:30. But I'm very happy that after so many years, this event is being run here in Madurai. I commend the organizers. I thank Mr. Lakshmanaran for coming down. I thank my friend who has many hats in our society, educationalist, industrialist, CII past chairman, my friend, good friend Hari, and all of those who have come here today from the academia, teachers, principals, professors, and those from industry, from recruiters, from the HR sections. And I hope that you will find today a meaningful learning experience and that you'll be able to pass on this both directly to your students and indirectly in how you shape your programs and how you shape your curriculum to the extent of freedom that you have. Thank you again.